Hello. Happy winter solstice. Welcome to Mindful Musings. I'm Dee Dee, your host. I hope you are utilizing the energies of the winter solstice. I mean, even though I'm doing this on the day after, on the 22nd, knowing that I love the whole concept of the light or the appearance of light is getting longer again. We have reached the dark night of the soul. We have been purging. We have been facilitating the integration of shadow and light within ourselves, retrieving parts of our soul that we've left, the different parts. We've been calling it back, retrieving it, integrating, reviewing the lessons, assimilating that, and then releasing what no longer serves. And that can only be achieved when we have the courage to shine the light into those areas that we perceive as being dark. And it takes a lot of courage, and we've been doing it. And we as a nation have been doing it, as a global humanity, we have been doing it, and we are continuing to do that. Of course, it depends on which hemisphere you're in, of course. I'm talking, which hemisphere am I? The northern hemisphere? Yeah, wherever the United States is. That's when the light begins to, we have longer periods of time of light, the daylight. In the other hemisphere, it's the opposite, and the days are getting shorter. No, the day, whatever. See what happens when you try and let the brain try and take over. Anyway, the hemisphere that has but it's the spring. It's a time of still, of new beginnings, of growth and expansion, and that is how the light is playing its part for those of us in the other hemisphere, where we have been dealing with the longer nights and continue to deal with the longer nights, but knowing that the light is being more present. Still allows us to process, to be introspective, to rest. And I would encourage us all to take time and rest. Take time to just be. The holidays have been filled with such busyness, such distractions, that very often we don't make the time to come back to our heart, to come back to our center, to come back to presence, being right here, right now. And I'm a broken record. I think I've said it every single video I've done, and I've done almost 200 videos or so. It's presence. It all starts here. Being present, being grounded and neutral, in that neutral space, connected as above, so below. And we develop our presence through breath. Becoming aware of our body and how our feelings are in our body. Presence, now more than ever, is imperative on this Ascension timeline. Do I know if there's going to be any external event? No. And I don't think anybody does. A lot of people have theories, a lot of people have beliefs, and it's all wonderful, all fine, well and good. I am the quieter I become, the more still I am able to be with, the more I am of, and it's an opinion only, the more I am of an opinion that it is not one great event. It is not one physical separation of 3D, 4D, 5D. That it is frequency, it is resonance, and it is a personal, individual choice made in every moment. Are we choosing resonance, kindness, harmony, integrity, honesty, truth? Or are we choosing fear, separation, againstness, anxiety, the other dimension, the other lower frequencies? And that as we choose moment by moment, we kind of build the spiritual muscle that allows us to sustain being in a higher frequency, higher vibration, the 4D, 5D, etc., etc., etc. I was going to say, I don't believe that it's a separate world, but I don't know, because that's my 3D mental ego trying to figure things out. And hello, our ego, our mind is not going to figure it out. It's about experiencing. It's about being present right here, right now, and living it. We can have all the concepts in the world and do all the studying we want to and have all this knowledge. But unless we are absolutely experiencing it, bringing it to life, living it, all it is floating about and just a nice old theory. I don't know, am I making any sense? That's just what's coming in. That's what's in my heart at the moment. Kind of a sweet place, a tender place, and grateful to be back in this place where I kind of feel hugged. I feel like my team and my angels I've come back into the heart and feeling more love. And I say that only because the last couple of days, I did the retail thing, and I've been, oh my goodness, the whole basement scenario where, it flooded last week, and I've been cleaning it and purging and all this. Like, it's been a mental process, an emotional process, and definitely a physical process. And finally, I took I'm deeming to be the last carload over to the thrift store. There will be more, I'm sure, but this I feel at least complete with the last, 3 large carloads of stuff that I purged of the old that once was relevant, that once brought me joy, or that I had my identity on this level connected with, lovingly and joyously releasing it. Because the physical things just, for me, in this time of life or whatever process, me personally, that I'm going through, I want to simplify, to cut out the chatter and the noise that is so overwhelming and overstimulating right now, to just come in to self and simplify. So I can be a clearer channel, a clear vessel that my spirit team can access the divine information that's already inside. I don't know if you're feeling that as well, but I just really have no desire to go out and scurry about. And yesterday's experience during retail was really different than the last few weekends, where it was filled with joy, and I, just like, oh yeah. I was in a different place, which it's owning the projections, I guess, but it just wasn't quite as fun. It was more filled with anxiety as people were coming into the store, filled with anxiety because I needed those last minute gifts, and wasn't coming from a place of joy. It was coming, it appeared to be coming from a place of should, and all these, you must, you have to, and the people's lists of, well, I've gotten a gift for this person, and I need this person, well, I don't know what to get this person, and this person, and this person. And as they were speaking, I could just see the anxiety and the stress level. And it was like once more where I just had to kind of step back and, with compassion, and I hope it's not judgment. And if there is judgment, it's a reflection of the judgments I have inside of me about my shoulds and the lists that I create. I guess I just want to encourage all of us to drop the lists of shoulds. That the joy, the bliss, the enlightenment is being present. And this whole ascension thing that some people have put a timeline on it, which is really quite absurd if you think about it, that because we don't know. But it's like a lot, I've been aware of others, and I do it to myself at times, this little checklist. Okay, the checklist towards ascension. Have I accomplished this? Have I accomplished this? There is no checklist for enlightenment. There is no vast amount of knowledge that we must absorb. No. Enlightenment is allowing. Enlightenment is being so fully present that you start allowing the other dimensions to kind of show up, to be at peace, to be the calm, to be the stabilizer. And I think that's what I was going through like yesterday and the day before, because I just felt off. And I found myself judging myself because and wanting, it's like, please let me come back into this place of peace and calm and feeling hugged and loved, which then started that process of, well, what are my expectations? a knowing that, we're loved regardless of what our personalities are doing at this moment on this human level. We're always a divine spark. We are always divine. We are always love, and we are always loved. So what part of me is creating this separation? And not that I necessarily have the answer to that, except that I then just allowed it, and like in a neutral observing of, oh, I'm experiencing separation right now. I'm experiencing not being in a place of loving and being okay with that, because that's part of the experience. And then that trust and that knowing that I'll come back to that. I will come back inside. I will come back. It's a temporary thing. Everything we experience here is temporary. The soul is eternal. Love is infinity. So during these holiday seasons, perhaps if you are feeling disconnected, if you are overextending yourself, perhaps I would encourage, of course, getting grounded, going outside, connecting with nature, staying hydrated, nurturing yourself, but mostly trusting that we always return to source. We always return to love. Always, always, always. And to just be aware when we're not. And don't panic, don't judge, but just observe and apply love and compassion and ask for the message, the lessons, so that it can be assimilated. But remember, we are in a 3D body. We are in a physical body here. So we are still going to experience these 3D, more dense emotions. And that's all they are emotions. Emotions are emotions. It's the labels, it's the judgments we place on them is where we get into trouble. Is where we get stuck. But as we can become more present, and an emotion comes up, we go, oh, well, I am experiencing this. And I would encourage all of us to use that phrase of I am experiencing this, or this is visiting me. I don't remember which culture it is, but they never say, how we in our culture, we say, oh, I'm sad, I'm depressed, or whatever. No. They say, sadness is upon me, or I am experiencing this, so that we don't identify ourselves as that limited belief of that emotion or whatever judgment we have placed on that. It is just visiting us. It is just upon us temporarily. Because remember, this experience is temporary. The divine source, our energy, our soul, love is infinite, is always, is eternal. And we're just in this little... Wow, I don't know where all this was coming from. But anyway, that's what's coming in. And on this path, we may end up letting go of people that we love, simply because no longer a vibrational match. Or we may end up letting go of situations, of the roles that we've played that no longer serve. But it's about honoring our sovereignty and the ascension, lifting the vibration. There will be those who are going to choose to remain in a lower consciousness, who are going to choose to remain in the lower frequencies of war, of fear, of greed, of selfishness, of blame. And that's okay. Soul still has lessons to learn there. That's just fine. If you are not choosing that, but you have loved ones, family members, whatever, who are choosing to stay there, you may choose not to hang out with them or in that energy. And that's perfectly fine, because you have to take care of you in the most loving, authentic way possible. It doesn't mean you don't love. It means you are focusing on completely different aspects. You are focusing on the possibilities, on creating the new, and not getting bogged down in all the drama. And there is so much drama, so much theater, so much deception, so much distraction going on. You can choose to choose on what we are creating with the harmony, the new systems that work for everyone. But don't worry, because you've still left a spark. You still leave love with them. Your love remains. Even if you've moved on, your love remains. And same thing that probably when people we love have moved on, whether it's moved on to the other side or moved on a different path, the love remains. Wow. Anyway, again, not sure where all this is coming from, but that's what came in. And yeah, so I think maybe I will go ahead and check with the oracle cards and see if my beloved spirit team has anything else they want to communicate. In case you didn't realize that this is kind of what I do. It's a little stream of consciousness, and always for the highest, greatest good of all concerned. And then I check to see if there's another message. Okay. I never know what's going to come out. I know. For the highest, greatest good, who wants to speak? Somebody down there wants to. Okay. Pardon me. Work your light. It's Rebecca Campbell. Remember to stay hydrated. please be gentle. Just when you need to retreat. There's a lot of noise. And when there is so much noise, we cannot hear. We cannot hear the messages that Spirit is giving us. And it's very important that we learn how to be still and allow ourselves to receive the information from our higher guidance. And again, knowing that, our higher self is ourself, but we do have this amazing team, spirit beings, our guardian angels, our birth angels, our guides, all around us, always, always. Even when you feel alone, you are not. They are with you, loving you and holding you. They never judge. They know what the life path is, and their main job is to support and to love us through it. Remember, when you get to the other side, there is no judgment. There's love. So, any other messages here? That song, slow down, you move too fast. You gotta make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestones. Looking for love, feeling groovy. Nice. Oh, well, there's a little. Okay, I guess this one surprised me. This one is no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. With the storm that is ahead. That is the power that comes from being still, from going within, clearing your energetic field, is the ability to be in the calm and to wait. We wait for action until clear action resonates within. It will resonate, we will know. So this is an encouragement to go within. The storm is brewing, and we all know it is, and it kind of looks like the storm is upon us. Without going into theatrics, say no to the drama. Say no to the fear. Postpone reactions so that you can come within and wait in stillness. Pause. Pause before reacting. And remember the difference between responding where we respond, or reacting, where it's an emotional reaction. When in doubt, wait. There's no urgent need. There's no urgency in spirit. There's no urgency in presence. Urgency is an egoic state. And there's all this urgency. There's all this, well, when's this going to happen? When are they going to leave office? When's this going to happen? Blah, 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 blah. It happens when it happens. Urgency is our made-up timeline. Interesting. Yet lightning bolts, enlightenment is how I see that. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Oh, oh my goodness. Does that... I'm sorry, I'm chuckling because that is just such an image of, I think, how many of us perceive the ascension process of being lifted. And in a sense, yes, we are. When every time we choose kindness, every time we choose love over fear, unity over separation, peace over war, we are lifted up out of the lower consciousness and we ascend into a higher consciousness, a higher frequency. So yeah, as we raise our consciousness, so too do we raise and open our abilities to lift humanity simply by being present, remaining in that calm, compassionate detachment, witnessing, sacred witnessing. We are assisting in uplifting humanity by being the way showers, the pathfinders, the light beings, star seeds. Whatever term you want to call it, we are being the light. The words that came in as the scenarios and the drama plays out, switch the channel. You don't need that frequency. Remember, it's like a radio frequency, television frequency waves. You don't like what you're seeing, just change the channel. It can be as easy as that. And sure enough, yeah, you can argue for your limitations and you can argue, well, no, but what is about it? Yeah, that's all right. You can choose that. You choose. Because that's the beauty of free will. And you can also choose to turn it off and watch another channel. Channeling. It's going to play out how it plays out. But we can choose this other channel of higher vibrations, ones of love, of compassion, and continue to hold the light. And with our small little candle, we can reach out and help to light someone else's flame, their spark of light. That's our mission. Our mission is to assist in uplifting humanity during this incredibly tumultuous time. But we must remove our energy from that, because any attention and energy to that just feeds it. Remember, focusing on what you wish to create. Let's focus on a different channel. higher frequency. Tune higher. Well, okay. I think I'm going to end it right there. I have no idea. I hope this was of some value. I appreciate you. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. And please remember to be gentle, oh so gentle and loving and compassionate with yourself. Surround yourself with beauty. Surround yourself with that which brings you joy and laughter. Because those are higher vibrations. And always find the gratitude. Remember what you are grateful for. Bringing in the love. That is how we change the world. And that, my dears, welcome to the new path that is lighting up for us all as we continue to let go of the residual of what no longer fits who we are or where we're going. We let that go so we can forge a new path. All right. Be gentle, stay hydrated, stay grounded, get outside, all that good stuff. Thank you. Much love to you, and I'm sure I will check in with you again. The divine in me recognizes the divine in you. Blessings be. So it is. Namaste.